I was never supposed to leave floor 4B. Daniel didn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard it again. That knock from beneath the bed. Precise, intentional, not random sound. Communication. By 4:11 a.m., he was sitting on the floor with the lights on, staring at the space beneath the mattress. Nothing moved, nothing spoke, but the silence itself felt occupied. At sunrise, he checked under the bed anyway. Dust, old wood, darkness, and carved into one of the floorboards. 4 letters. 4B, not scratched recently, worn down. Old, as if it had been there long before he moved in. Long before anyone had. Daniel stepped back slowly. His apartment suddenly felt staged, not lived in, prepared. He spent the next few hours searching every part of the building for references to 4B. Nothing. No apartment numbers, no maintenance records, no emergency plans. It was as if the building itself had been edited. Until he found the old woman again. The tenant from the 3rd floor. The one who never used the elevator. She was standing near the mailboxes, feeding crumbs to birds gathered outside the entrance. Daniel approached carefully. "Do you know what 4B is?" The woman stopped moving. Not dramatically, not frightened. Worse, recognizing. The birds around her scattered at once. She kept her eyes on the ground. "You shouldn't say it out loud." Daniel felt irritation rising through the exhaustion. I already went there. Now she looked at him, and for the first time, he saw genuine fear in her face. "No," she whispered. "You came back from there." Silence stretched between them. Daniel lowered his voice. "What happened on that floor?" The woman's eyes drifted toward the elevator. "You hear them yet?" Daniel didn't answer. That was enough. Her expression changed immediately, like she had just confirmed something terrible. "They remember people slowly," she said. "What does that mean?" "It means the building forgets you first." A cold pressure tightened in his chest. The woman stepped closer. "When Blackwood was built, there wasn't supposed to be a 4th floor." Daniel frowned. "That makes no sense." "There are 5 floors now," she replied softly. "But there used to be 6. He stared at her. "The missing floor isn't 4B. She looked toward the elevator again. "It's what's left of the floor beneath it." That night, Daniel waited inside the elevator. 11:52 p.m. The building was silent. No footsteps, no televisions, no distant plumbing sounds. Just the low electrical hum above him. He stared at the panel. Gee, no unmarked button. Nothing unusual. Midnight passed, then 12:13, then 1:04. Daniel almost gave up. Then the lights flickered. Once, softly. The elevator moved, on its own, not up, not down, sideways. That was impossible, but he felt it. A shift that made his inner ear ache. The display blinked, not numbers. Letters. B. Then 4B. Daniel's breath caught. The doors opened immediately. Dark hallway. No lights. No sound. No visible end. The walls looked wet. Not with water, something thicker. The air smelled metallic. Old. Like a room sealed too long. Daniel stepped out slowly. The elevator doors shut behind him at once. Too fast. He spun around. Pressed the call button repeatedly. Nothing. The elevator was gone, not closed, gone. The hallway stretched endlessly ahead. Doorways lined both sides. No apartment numbers, just black rectangles, openings, watching. Daniel pulled out his phone. No signal. The flashlight trembled in his hand as he moved forward, and then he heard it. Movement, not ahead. Inside the walls, something crawling between them. Fast. Too fast. The sound stopped directly beside him. Silence. Then, a voice from inside the wall. Very soft. Daniel. He backed away immediately. Another voice answered from farther down the hallway. Also his voice. You left us here. His pulse exploded. The walls creaked, not from age, from movement. Something inside them shifting position. Approaching. Daniel turned his flashlight toward one of the open doorways. Inside was an apartment, almost identical to his. Same kitchen, same lamp, same hallway, but older, rotting, and sitting at the small dining table was Daniel, or something shaped like him, head lowered, motionless. The flashlight beam shook violently. The figure slowly lifted its head. Its face looked unfinished, features slightly misplaced, eyes too dark, smile too wide, like someone recreating a human from memory alone. Then it spoke, not angrily, not loudly, almost hurt. You weren't supposed to leave. The lights overhead flickered, one by one, down the hallway, closer, closer. Something was moving toward him in the dark between each flash. Not fully visible, never there long enough, but getting nearer every time the lights died. Daniel stepped backward. The copy of him inside the apartment stood up at the exact same moment. So did shapes in the other doorways. More silhouettes, more faces, watching, waiting, remembering. Then every light in the hallway shut off at once. Total darkness, and all the voices whispered together. You came back.